Welcome, foolish mortals, to another episode of the HitchHiking Hosts Show 101. And this time, well, we're continuing our trip through 1955 Disneyland on opening day. Continuing talking about what was there the first day Disneyland was ever open to the public. So, we're heading down through the Wild West of Frontierland. You can see I'm dressed for the occasion. And this place is still one of my favorite places to eat 60 years later. Of course, I wasn't there 60 years ago, but whatever. And it's a great place for entertainment. So we're going to talk a little bit about the Golden Horseshoe. Golden Horseshoe.
We've got a great show for you. There's wonderful food inside if you're looking to have a little lunch. Look right at the camera over there. Hey. We've got ice cream treats for you, root beer floats, ice cream sundaes, all kinds of great stuff. Come for a snack. Come for lunch. Decided he don't want to marry you no more.
Daddy, I gotta get married. I can feel it. My clock is ticking.
Your alarm's gone off. Never mind him. Look what I did. I rounded up 3 possible future husbands for you.
You did this for me?
Yes, I did.
Well, I'll take them. I'll start right here with the rugby player in the middle and work my way out. Snow on that roof, but I bet you there's fire in that chimney. Daddy, this is a romantic question. Oh, husbands, I want you to pretend that we're aboard the Mark Twain riverboat on a romantic honeymoon cruise. What beautiful song would you sing to me?
Oh, I love the question.
Thank you.
Factor number 1. Just a picture. You're on board the Mark Twain.
Yeah.
The moon is glistening off the water as you gaze into Sally Mae's good eye. What romantic song would you sing to her? How did I get into this romantic? Okay. All right, I made up a song.
I'll help you get in it and out of it. That's all right, baby.
That's for number 2. What romantic song would you sing to Sally Mae? It's My Life by Bon Jovi. Oh, nothing says romance like Bon Jovi.
Get the papers. I know. So good, Daddy. So good.
He's a big fan of that all the time. And last but not least, factor number 3. What romantic song? Same deal. You're on the Mark Twain, the moon's on the water. What romantic song would you sing to Sally Mae?
Oh.
What's that?
Punch me in the head.
Everybody's dying to know, honey, who's it gonna be?
I don't know, Dad. As weird as it sounds, I like a little something about all of them. Cowboy number 1 is stoic. Cowboy number 2 is strong. Cowboy number 3 is drunk. I can't make up my mind.
Well, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll ask the citizens of Frontierland, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, by your applause, will it be Bachelor number 1? Bachelor number 2? you came with, he gave you up. And finally, listen y'all, he did his best. Everybody be nice. It's bachelor number 3.
She's trying to order some applesauce.
Oh. Well, honey, clearly the audience has a favorite, but of course the final decision is yours. Who's he gonna be?
And I want these people to like me, not to make his life miserable like a good wife should. I'll tell you the chicken cowboy number 3.
Glenn, you are marrying my daughter, and that's fine.
Well, says who?
Says me, and I'm the mayor of your daughter.
Well, in that case, so you're leaving no choice. I'm gonna run for mayor. Who's with me?
Glenn, what number you intend to run again for mayor?
I do.
He said I did. Glenn forgot. I'm also the justice of the peace. Friends, I got a son-in-law. Oh, so glad you came to see us at the home. But now it's time to say goodbye. Our good is done. I'm your man, so we can kill the next time we meet.
And if you see me on the street,
You should run.
Certainly one of the most entertaining places to eat at Disneyland since its beginning is the Golden Horseshoe Saloon. While Disneyland was being constructed, Imagineer Harper Goff was working on buildings for Main Street, USA, when he was asked to design the establishment. Goff had previously worked on the film Calamity Jane, starring Doris Day, a few years prior, designing the Golden Garter Saloon for the movie. Goff basically recreated the set while designing the interior of what was then called Pecos Bill's Golden Horseshoe Saloon. The restaurant would be located in Frontierland with a spectacular view of the rivers of America and years later New Orleans Square and some of Critter Country. The Golden Horseshoe Saloon actually had an unofficial opening on July 13, 1955, for a private party hosted by Walt and Lillian Disney to celebrate their 30th wedding anniversary. The party would see the premiere showing of the original Golden Horseshoe Revue. The saloon also opened its doors the day before the park opened on July 16th for a private party for corporate sponsors. This night would mark actor Wally Boggs' first performance as Pecos Bill and the traveling salesman in Slewfoot Sue's Golden Horseshoe Saloon Revue, originally spelled Review, R-E-V-I-E-W, by mistake. Bogg would come and go and perform in the show until 1982, when he officially retired. The music for the show was written by Charles LaVere, who also was the show's pianist, and used lyrics from Tom Adair. The script was written by two of the stars, Wally Bogg and Donald Novice. The Golden Horseshoe Revue was the first and longest-running show at the saloon, playing from July 17, 1955, the park's opening day, until October 12, 1986. Through the years, Wally Bogg, Betty Taylor, Don Novice, Dick Hardwick, Fulton Burley, Jack Watson, Judy Marsh, Frankie Wiley, Dana Daniels, Jay Meyer, Bert Henry, Jimmy Adams, Ron Schneider, my buddy, Kirk Wall, Don Payne, and many others have starred in the show. The stage show featured the owner of the saloon, Slewfoot Sue, and her dance hall girls, who would welcome the audience with a rendition of "Hello, Everybody," to the Golden Horseshoe. This would be followed by an interactive and somewhat flirtatious version of Riverboat Blues, or A Lady Has to Mind Her P's and Q's. You can mind your P's and Q's. No, never mind. Alright. The MC would then introduce skits featuring a traveling salesman played by Bog and later Dick Hardwick. As the show went on, it became interrupted by Pecos Bill, who would sing his self-titled song. Another fan-favorite portion of the show was when they brought the kids from the audience up on stage to sing and dance to songs such as Davy, Davy Crockett. In 1962, Walt's son-in-law, Ron Miller, directed a made-for-TV movie of the Golden Horseshoe Saloon Review, starring Annette Funicello, Ed Wynn, Wally Bogg, Gene Sheldon, and Mr. Walt Disney himself. The show is cited in the Guinness Book of World Records as the longest-running musical of all time. The review would take its final bow on October 12, 1986, after an impressive run. The second show to play in the saloon was called the Golden Horseshoe Jamboree Show, which opened on November 1, 1986. Over the years, it starred Judy Wallace, John Eden, Judy Bell, Don Payne, Kelly Wright, Heather Page, Kent, Jill Kreisner, Amanda Hudson, E.E. Bell, Joe Jacoby, David Holmes, Eric Gunhus, Carrie Geiss, and many others performing characters such as Sam the Bartender and Miss Lily singing show-stopping numbers such as Home, Home on the Range, and playing with the audience in interactive skits. I hope you all enjoyed my little variations of the songs here. The Jamboree would have its final performance on December 18th, 1994. The next show to grace the stage was known as Billy Hill and the Hillbillies, which was first seen on December 22nd, 1994. Over the years, the show starred Kirk Wall, John Marshall, Evan Marshall, Dennis Fetchett, Dwayne Michaels, Rick Story, John Eden, Anders Swanson, and more. The show featured a review of bluegrass music and comedy. Throughout the years, the show would share the stage of the saloon with other shows as well at different times. Near the end of its run, Billy Hall and the Hillbillies performed on the Big Thunder Ranch stage. The show had its final bow on January 6, 2014. Soon after, the performers were hired by rival park, Knott's Berry Farm. Ooh. Knott's Berry Farm's alright. I don't have any beef with them or anything. It's a rival park, so we gotta ooh. One of the other shows performed at the saloon was the Golden Horseshoe Variety Show, which featured magic and comedy from the talents of Dana Daniels, Richard Allen, Hat Ratcliffe, and many others. The show began performances on June 13, 1995, and ran until October 8, 2003. A child-friendly show called Woody's Roundup also was... Well, we gotta do it. Woody's Roundup also was performed at the saloon from November 21st, 1999 until July 17th, 2000. It featured the beloved characters from the film Toy Story 2. Woody, the man himself, time for Woody's Roundup. He's the very best. He's the rootinest, tootinest cowboy in the... You sing it. Wild, Wild West. Alright, on we go. Another show called Frontierland, the little town that could, ran occasionally from 2001 to 2003, starring members of the comedy troupe known as the Laughing Stock and Company. The show featured a supposed history of the founding of Frontierland. In late 2012, Disney announced a limited-time show called A Salute to the Golden Horseshoe Review. It featured song and dance numbers from the original review, including Hello Everybody and the Can. You know it. Dun, 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 dun. Anyway, its run only lasted from January 10th to February 4th, 2013. They weren't kidding, it was limited time. Through its many years in business, there have been lots of other entertainment who played the stage, such as Louis Armstrong, Julie Andrews, Alabama, and many different jazz groups. It also was used in 1950s for dancing couples during the date night at Disneyland promotions. Today you can find the antics of the Laughing Stock and Company performing different comedy shows throughout the day at the saloon. Of course, the Golden Horseshoe Saloon is also a good place to wet your whistle. You can find meals such as chicken breast nuggets, fish, which I always get, fish and chips, chili in a bread bowl, and by the way, the chili was one of Walt's favorite things to eat in the park. Chili cheese fries and chicken salad. For dessert, you can order up one of the many choices of ice cream sundaes or an ice cream float. From the many performances on its stage, the Golden Horseshoe Saloon houses tons of Disneyland history and makes it a must for any guest to stop in for a meal and or catch a performance. Yes, I have eaten at the Golden Horseshoe twice. It's the usual type of meal for lunch, but nothing beats watching the show while you're eating lunch. It's great. You get this great comedy show by the Laughing Stock and Company, which is very funny, by the way. And it's one of the best shows in Disneyland. It is, and you can eat your lunch while you do that. Now I'm going to tell you guys, I came in a little late both times. The show was just about to start. Both times I walked in like maybe 5 minutes, and it was packed, and I had to walk. I luckily found a table both times, but it was all the way up. So you have to get your food, you have to go up, try to find a place to eat. In fact, last time I was at a table all the way in the back, which is for like extra seating, and I was trying to eat, and it was not fun. So look at your guide map and your Showtime little pamphlet, and make sure like you're there maybe 20 minutes before, or maybe even a little more, to eat your meal, because it could be a long line to get your meal, and then enjoy the show. You have the table already, so then you can enjoy the show or whatever. But that's just a little West tip for everybody. I should listen to my own advice. It just so happens I'm walking by and I'm like, well, if a show's gonna happen in the next few minutes, I'll go in and eat lunch. And then one of the actors is outside, the mayor usually, calling you in, and I'm like, all right, I guess I'll eat. And then I'm like, oh crap, when I see the crowd, you know. But anyway, good food, very good entertainment. The dessert is good too. You can just try the chili cheese fries if you don't want to eat a whole meal, or grab an ice cream, just grab a drink and cool down. It's a very cool place. Definitely highly recommended by me to check out in the middle of the day when it's hot, or you want to eat lunch, whatever. Check out the Golden Horseshoe. All right, well, that's all the time for this week's show. I'll be back next week with another Hitchhiking Host Show, and look out for another Hitchhiking Host 101 very soon. We're going to talk about something else from Frontierland, from the olden days. So, until next time, don't forget to subscribe right here on YouTube, youtube.com/HitchHostShow. You can like the show on Facebook, facebook.com/HitchHostShow. Follow the Twitter @HitchHostShow and the Instagram @HitchHostShow. And if you want to listen to the show, or you are listening to the show, you can do so on Podbean. It's hitchhostshow.podbean.com. And of course, you can also find it on iTunes and Stitcher if you want to download the audio version. Until next time, don't forget to
hurry back
for the next episode. See ya.